At the bottom right of Belcher Beach, the Zerg player in the red colors from Incredible Miracle. It is none other than the one and only...
I'm Noshira.
Really worried about my clan tags now. Every time I mention clan tag, I'm like, oh my god, am I right this time? Am I right this time? If you screw it up once, you're just so...
You're so nervous, man. Yeah.
Yes. His opponent at the top left in the blue colors, it is...
GSL Polt.
We all know that you were like, is it Polt Prime or is it TSL Polt? You're like, I'm not sure.
Thank you very much for making it worse. Not helping, Will. Not helping.
We all know that's why you didn't say what team he was on. All right, Polt actually taking gas first.
Very early, yeah.
Very unusual. We may see some sort of Reaper build out of him. In fact, putting his barracks.
Hiding his barracks.
Yeah, that's pretty cute. We are going to see a hatchery first from Lucira, as expected for Belcher Beach.
While the openings are now visible on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you once again, there are a lot of new passes, new tickets for the next season, so make sure to check out gomtv.net/ticket. We have, I think it's 3 options. You can get a yearly subscription as well, so make sure to check that one out. There's a lot of new stuff added, and I think there's something to suit all the needs that you might have.
Definitely so. Now, I want to note right off the bat here that Lucira has not scouted the barracks. He did see the gas. He may not have even clicked on it. He might not know it's gas first. And the question is, okay, he does see the barracks. The question is, will we see a tech lab immediately, or will it be a factory? No, it's going to be a factory. So really fast factory play from Polt.
The one thing that I have to admit is that maybe you can help me with that. I don't really get why you would hide that barracks, because there are only 2 spots veteran players usually hide that barracks. That's one of them, where he's building it right now, or at the top left. And that's the first positions that Lucira is going to scout after he realized there's no barracks in the wall of. So if you're not prepared to hide it farther out your base, why would you hide it over there?
Well, in general, I think the reasoning behind this type of strategy by Polt is, well, if he doesn't see it, he's going to freak out, he's going to panic, he's not going to know what's going on. And if he puts it here in this location, his Hellions can rally out much faster. So it is just going to be really fast reactor Hellions. He's going to be able to rally those out a little bit faster than if it were in his main, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. And uh-oh, the drone actually blocking here temporarily.
Oh, that was a close one.
Yeah, man, I don't know if it was close, the factory almost got blocked, or if the drone almost got crushed, man. It's the first time. It's like everyone always tries to do that when they first get StarCraft. Like, is it possible to make a unit get stuck and get crushed? It almost happened, guys, but not quite.
The thing is that I've seen exactly that build so many times right now with the exact same position, so I don't think that someone like Lucira would really freak out. He's probably scouting the main base, sees the gas, clicks on it, okay, gas first, no barracks, yawn, yeah, the barracks will be at the top right. I don't know if that's really worth it, but now he's switching it up again and trying for the Banshee follow-up.
Yeah, I like the Banshee follow-up here. Although his first 2 Hellions are not going to accomplish anything.
Oh, well, Lucira just played his style, he just went for the hatch first, secured it with 1 spine crawler, and with the gas first you have the Hellions out a little bit faster, so Lucira had to react with a faster spine crawler as well, but he's in a good position and can defend now.
Yeah, very true. Now, Polt is going for this Banshee follow-up. It does allow him to control the center of the map, but I am a little bit worried about his expansion timing. He does not yet have a command center on the way. Evolution Chamber is already on the way for Lucira. And in general, Lucira's got, right now, a decent economy. He's got
I love that.
3 queens out already, a 4th one about to pop.
He's going for 4 queens in total, and that will enable him to deal with the Banshee, especially because Polt is not going for the cloak.
Yeah, this is a really unusual build by Polt. I mean, it's been seen before, it's been done before, but its effectiveness I have to call into question here. Look at this, 3 queens in the front of the ramps, and they're completely shut down the Hellions. And they're also going to shut down the Banshees. What he may be able to do is draw the queens back so the Hellions can come into the front. But with more spines going up for Lucira, he should be okay regardless.
And I can picture Lucira trying to get another building into the wall in as soon as he realizes that there's a Banshee as well that he has to deal with. And that will happen quite soon because there are Overlords spread everywhere. And the Banshee is heading straight for one of them.
There he is.
And he needs to retreat with the queens. Will Polt use his chance to get to the base? 3 spine crawlers at the front. The Banshee's dealing a little bit of damage. close
He's
enough.
actually just targeting down drones. He's only able to get 2. He's like microing gets the queen, and well, actually now he's not microing.
Whoa! Perfect transfuse. Look at that. At the last second, he transfuses that queen. Unbelievable, and the Banshee dies.
I mean, nice transfuse, but I have to call into question the decision making there. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. But I mean, why would you go for the queen when you know your opponent has 4 queens? If you kill 1 for a Banshee, he's not going to miss any injects. What's the point? Well, this is actually the smartest follow-up I think Polt could do.
I think Polt just realized that his strategy went to hell, that nothing worked, that he tried so far, and now he's just going for a desperate attempt to decide that game in his favor. There are all the SCVs, he's going for it. Oh, that will be brutal. Look at that move.
It's looking like he is not going to be able to really break through here, but he's trying his best. The Spine's doing a decent amount of damage. The Queen's targeting the Banshee.
A lot.
Nice pullback of the Banshee, and actually Polt doing okay here.
Lucira does not have the energy for the transfuses. That might actually win him the game.
Yeah,
Banelings.
Yeah, the Banelings are really the key here. They're about to finish. Will Polt micro against them? We'll find out here in a second.
Oh my god, that game is sick. Look at that. And the Banelings.
Oh,
he's getting most of them. No!
Oh, it looks like Lucira may end up holding here. The Spine not being targeted. SCVs are on break or something. And that is going to be it. 1 Banshee remains. That is all that is left of Polt's army.
8 SCVs against 29 drones. Lucira still has the economy to back that one up. There are 2 Banshees. How many queens does he have? He has no anti-air whatsoever.
Yeah, he just has the Spore in the main, and he's not going to move that for now. But even if Polt kills his hatchery, it's not going to be that significant. He's using all of his resources right now to repair that Banshee.
He should be fine. He should be fine. And now attacking with the Zerglings, trying to take down the last few SCVs. 2 queens are being built. 1 is already out on the map.
And if Polt comes back from this, it will be a miracle. Nice micro on those Hellions. Wow, not even taking a hit from the Broodlings. But it looks like Lucira is going to take this game. There are 2 queens out now. He's going to have to target these perfectly. There are no transfuses available. There is a 3rd queen on the way. Do not forget. Oh, eats a shot from the Spore.
He does have enough Spore Crawlers. The Spine could be repositioned as well. That's the only forces that Polt still has. He is on 10 SCVs right now. He's trying to get his economy back going, but one of the Banshees is down. Queen dies as well, but so what?
Yeah, so what? Another queen pops out. And now 2 queens against 1 Banshee and 3 Hellions. Doesn't matter what else is out there, especially considering there's spores around. And Polt has botched his strategy. His all-in follow-up almost worked. If he had controlled it a little bit better against the Banelings or used his SCVs to fight the last Spinecrawler, he might have actually been able to achieve victory here. But as it turns out, Lucira has way too many Zerglings. He's going to crush the rest of those Hellions and actually has the ability to do whatever he wants at this point.
If not for the Banelings, Polt could have won that.
Absolutely.
The Banelings were the key unit in the last fight. They were able to kill the Hellions. Polt with a little bit of miss micro was not able to save all of them. With a perfect split, he could have killed the Banelings, but that was such a tough situation for Polt, and Lucira handled that very well.
And it looks like these Zerglings actually may go for a counterattack, which will shut down the Hellion production of Polt. Banshee's still around. There's SCVs trying to repair it. The SCV's not going to last long, though.
Polt is doing a good job at rebuilding his economy. He still has a few units left. He's at 40 supply against 57. And the thing is, Lucira lost his hatchery. Polt is doing a lot better after that failed attack than I would have thought.
I think so too. It looks like he may try to go for these queens, but there's so many Zerglings, he has to be extremely careful. Nice transfuse on the Spine. Polt, I think it's time for Polt to back up a little bit here. If he loses those Hellions, he will lose control of everything he owns. I mean, if he loses those Hellions, the Zerglings can just do a counterattack and crush him.
The Mules play, of course, a big role in this comeback attempt, but now the Hellions get surrounded. He's trying to break free, but there is no way. 3 of the Hellions die, and the rest of them are being chased away by Speedlings, and will probably die as well.
He didn't even micro the rest of those Hellions. They were just on rally. And Polt, though, killing the majority of those Zerglings. Not quite out of this yet. He's definitely extremely behind these Zerglings, trying to find a place to run. Buying him a little bit of time. The hatchery has finished at the natural. Lucira having a lot of extra production from that. Repositioning his Spine as well.
Zira is doubling the harvester account of his opponent. We have 28-14. Polt is producing SCV on a constant level, using the mules as well, and trying to deal some damage. But the main problem for Polt is he was not able at any point in this game to deal damage to the economy of Luzira.
Well, he's rebuilt an SCV force to come for the second wave. And actually, Calor, this could work if he micros against the Banelings this time.
It's going to be a tough one, though. There are way too many Zerglings. He's getting 10 additional. One has already 27.
Yeah, that's not even to mention the Spine that's going to do so much extra damage to all these units trying to run up the ramp. Lucira is even going to see this as well.
Polt with a desperate attempt to finish that game in his favor is going for the attack. The Banelings trying to flank, going for it, going for the Hellions, taking down the SCVs first, and finally enough energy on the Queens for the transfuse. Polt down to 34 against 61 supply.
Yeah, just continuing to transfuse that Spine. He's the real hero here. And even though Polt's micro is impressive, he has no economy, no income, and Lucira is continuing to make more units. In fact, Lucira could probably hold with what he has now, but he's got 20 Zerglings on the way and a Ling counterattack.
Yeah, 2 of the Zerglings in the main base of Polt take down the Mule and 2 SCVs. I don't think that he has any left. There's not a single SCV for Polt. He's down to 11 supply.
And that is going to be these Hellions and Submarines.
GG!
Well, Polt taking a bad situation and almost salvaging it there. If he had microed a little bit better with his first all-in attempt, it would have worked, I think, but the second one, of course, it was pretty much beyond him. I mean, there's no way, even if he put Automaton 2000 bot on that, I don't think he could have won that game.
I'm still very surprised by Polt's strategy.
Yeah, a little bit surprised myself as well.
That's not what I expected from this game.
No, not what I expect to see at all. I mean, especially considering how the awesome play we've seen from Polt just last week at the Blizzard Cup, and of course from the games we saw even earlier
against Zenyo.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit shocked, in fact, that he was able to just... there was something missing, you know? There was like a piece of the puzzle missing with his build. Like his Banshees were too late. You know, his Hellions really didn't do anything, and I think all of it really comes down to Lucira just scouting and preparing effectively for the strategy, and Polt was just always kind of like trying to get a foothold, but he can grab onto anything, he just slowly fell into the pit of snakes.
If not for that Baneling Nest, though, I think the Polt would have won that game. That Baneling Nest saved Lucira.
And he almost was even there before the Banelings were ready, and then even still, if he had microed against the Banelings, he possibly would have won. And even still beyond that, there were a lot of SCVs left after that first Baneling explosion, and if he actually surrounded the Spine Crawler with his SCVs, he might have been okay, but either way, we'll never know. We're going to take a 5-minute break. When we get back, we'll have our final games for you guys, so don't go anywhere.